Hey everyone, today I wanted to make a video about good and evil. Now, in my opinion, there is no good or nor evil. There is you or them. So like when you hear, for example, like Lord of the Rings, evil is coming, in my opinion, it's more like our enemies are coming, we need to prepare. Instead of the evil is coming, we need to prepare. And my brain, it's like a competition almost. Let's put as an example a dodgeball match. You and 10 of your friends, you and 11 of your friends, decide, hey, let's go to the park. There's a gym court there, or a basketball court there. Let's play some dodgeball. Grab two balls, go out of there. You pick two leaders, or someone picks two leaders, or people decide to be a leader. I don't know if I can know. And then they pick teams. Usually, you think you are the good guy. You think the enemy is the bad guy. To when the enemy thinks they're the good guy, and then you are the bad guy. Let's put it into video game terms. Halo Infinite just came out, pretty fucking badass as far as I've seen. I'd love to give it a try, but when you get put on the blue team, to you, you are the good guy. To where if you're put on the red team, to you, you are a bad guy. Now let's think about your enemies. They think they are the good guy, and they think you are the bad guy. You see what I mean? Let's talk about the U.S. versus Iraq. To the U.S. citizens, the Iraqis are the bad guys, and then to the U.S. citizens, the Americans are the good guys. And then we go to the Iraqi side, to where they think they are the good guys, and then we are the bad guys. There is no good or evil. You can make it to be like it is more evil than it should be. Like, for example, Lord of the Rings, to where how Sauron just wanted to conquer the world. There is no justification to that. There's the good men, elves, and dwarves came out to stand up against Sauron and his evil forces. But what if you were on Sauron's force? Like, ignore that the fact the movie or the books were written from Frodo's point of view, or not really Frodo's point of view, but from the good point of view. Let's do it as the enemy's point of view. The good, evil, supposedly. Sauron's point of view. Sauron's objective is to take over Middle Earth, okay? And as a leader, the more land you control, the more power you gain, aka the more control that you have over people. And usually control is a bad thing, but at the same time control is a good thing. Because it's doing what's right for your people. Even though some people may disagree with that, but other people think that it's a good right thing. So Sauron going out, slaughtering many elves to make orcs and urks, and then recruiting goblin mercenaries to create these magnificent monsters and such in the books, is they're good, and their bad is letting men, or elves, or dwarves live, or stay not in check, for them to be controlled, basically. They know they're doing a bad thing. Or at least from my point of view, they're doing a bad thing. But from their point of view, they're doing a good thing. You see what I mean? It's objective, basically. Good and evil is objective. There is only you or them. Let's put into Dead by Daylight. I'm a very big fan of Dead by Daylight, and I know I can turn this into good or evil. The goodness of it is you playing as a survivor, and you're going against a killer. Your objective is to survive and outrun the killer, but the killer's objective is to, of course, kill you. But that's from a survivor point of view. To a killer point of view, your objective is to give pleasure to the entity. And when I say pleasure, I mean pain, torture, killing, scaring, fear, sadness, anger, all that kind of stuff. Emotions. The entity feels of emotions. So as you as the killer, if you are, let's say, the trickster, the twins, the doctor, and possibly the hillbilly, then you would think of yourself doing a good thing, because then you get to stay at your home. You're doing this for yourself. Now, for killers like the Blight, Trapper, and Nurse and Wraith, They are probably not wanting to do this because they don't agree with this, but they are forced into their own hands, which is why they are more likely to be a survivor than a killer. But the cards weren't in their hands, so they were forced on a side that they did not want to be on. So what I'm trying to say is, with all these examples and such, there is no good or evil. There's only you and them. And the reason why I wanted to say this is because Kyle, a kid, had killed 2 protesters in self-defense, or as he claimed was self-defense. And I've seen the video of him going against a whole riot of people. In my opinion, he was a very, very, very responsible gun ownerman. He had an AR-15, I believe. Maybe a machine gun of some type. And his objective was to protect people and save people. He has the medical supplies, he also has the rubber gloves. He was there to help people during the riot. And a group of people heard that he owned a gun, I believe, as a reporter would say, and they decided to attack or chase Kyle. Now, Kyle, running for his life, fell down, and someone came up to him, or one of the riot members came up to him with a skateboard. And if I had my sister's skateboard in my room, I would show you that a skateboard could be a deadly weapon. Anything could be a deadly weapon. Hell, a piece of plastic can be a deadly weapon. There is proof of this. Plastic bags, plastic container. There are ways to where you can make it a deadly weapon in one way or another. And any way possible. And usually I don't talk about controversy in on this channel, but right now I just wanted to bring it up because I just want to say my opinion on it. But Kyle shot the guy with the skateboard, dead. So I believe he is gone. Rest in peace. Because no one should rest in hell or agony. That is purely bad. No, some people should. I believe that some people deserve it, but not everyone. Some other guy pulled out a pistol to shoot Kyle when he was defending himself, so he decided to shoot that guy. And then someone threw a paper bag at him, or threw something at him, and he shot him, or came charging at him. Now, there was a guy amongst 8 people that were surrounding him, trying to beat the shit out of him. Then they got scared. Then, that he didn't do it. Now, in the video, or during the riot, there's the last, I don't know, maybe 8 shots, 6 shots, and that was not Kyle, because it did not sound like the weapon that he had. It sounded like either a semi-automatic rifle or a pistol of some kind. You can tell the difference by the sound of a gun. They all don't sound the same. I can tell you that right fucking now. And then seeing people, I looked in the comment sections of a news report or a news channel, and the comments were filled with people saying, this is self-defense, this was fine. This is self-defense, he was okay. This is self-defense, he's not breaking any laws. Yes, I agree that someone should not be carrying a machine gun with them, because you're not going to use a machine gun unless you're shooting with it. Then okay, you can easily go to a firing range and fire said machine gun. But what I'm getting at is, it wasn't a legal form to own. I don't agree with him owning a machine gun, as me and my history teacher have talked about this, but at the same time, I do agree with him having a firearm open to carry, basically. Or concealed carry, to where you are able to walk in public with a pistol or something that you can hide from the public, and if people ask you, hey, do you have your license to carry that? Be like, alright, bitch, that's my license. Now, get the fuck out of my face, right now. Now, I'm a big fan of the Second Amendment, I will not lie, and my teacher pointed out that most of the people that represented or were with the Second Amendment were white. I'm like, wait a minute. Everyone was white in this video. What's your point? And he said that for a segregation type of way, most people that like the Second Amendment are white. I was like, okay, well, what's the point? What's that point of gun rights? You see, I like my history teacher. I like him a lot. He's a really cool dude. His class is very enjoyable some days. I say some days because some days we take notes and I feel like I want to fucking fall asleep in his class. But he's a very good teacher. He's a very good person. I really like the guy. But him saying that race came into the Second Amendment to where that is the right to bear arms, it confuses me because it's not the 1960s, the 50s anymore. We don't have any race issues. We may have some there and there, but it was not like back then. I swear to God, it was not. Like, I do not run around the town and see black people get beat up by white people. I don't see that at all. It's an in-between white people and black people not liking each other because either it was how they're raised or they're too ignorant to actually meet the person. I am not racist. I will come up to anyone and say, hey, how you doing? My one rule, I am not homophobic, I am not racist, I am none of that. But if you're an asshole to me, I will be an asshole right fucking back to you. But if you're chill, then I'm chill. It's simple as that. Like, I honestly don't care if you're Asian, black, gay, anything like that. I really, really don't care. All I care about is if you're a chill dude or not. That's the only reason. If you're not, then you can just piss off, fucking bug someone else. Don't bug me. That's all I have to say. But I look on Twitter, which is really dumb, but people are like, what the fuck? He shouldn't have won. He's in the wrong. He should not have that gun. I was like, well, technically, to the Bill of Rights, to the Ten Amendments, he's allowed to own that gun. There's no restriction on it. I do agree. I will agree. I would like there to be stricter ways, or it's harder to get a gun if you're like a felon, if you had disability, or some other issues with you, then you should not own a firearm. Or you should not own a firearm that can shoot real bullets. You can own a taser, possibly. I don't really think that counts as a firearm, though. So, there's other weapons you could use to or defend yourself. Pepper spray, taser, a knife. Probably a knife isn't the greatest of ideas because you can still kill someone with that. And, like, that's my main... I'm going off topic. I'll probably make another video about how people look at guns and how I feel about guns, probably. I'm going into more controversial because I feel like I want to get into discussions of why people think this. And not just have a teacher tell me, this is the way that I think it, and you should think it too. That's it. I don't feel like that. I won't point out any names because that is rude as hell. I don't want to be that person to be like, oh, Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so said this and that. I was like, no, I'm not going to be that much of a fucking prick. I'm going to be a respectful person, but I am going to disagree with what he says. I agree with some of the parts, but most of it I disagree with. But all I have to say is, Kyle, hey, please don't do anything stupid. Please don't do anything stupid. And basically the topic of this video is just, there is no good or bad. There is you and the enemy. Right now, if technically we were in a fight, you are the enemy to me, and I am the enemy to you. Basic as that. Love y'all. I just wanted to talk a little this video. I don't usually like getting all controversial, but I just wanted to say something in my opinion. So, yeah. I'll probably make a new my opinion on guns and such, because I'm very much a gun nut. I like guns, but at the same time, I do believe there should be some restrictions, but that is not the topic of the video. I completely trailed off for like 13 minutes, or maybe 8 minutes. That's my bad. I kind of do that a lot with my videos. But, hey, it's talking. People like to hear me talk, I guess. That's why I have 85 fucking hot subs. Speaking of, I fucking love you guys, and thank you for that. I don't say that a lot, because I think it's kind of cringy, but I had to say thank you. I really do. Alright, love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Yeet.